you mainly focus on historical music, right? Like music that like most people even perceive as like dead music in
Yes.
this sense that like there is no um, real living tradition of performing it. There are
No.
many, there are multiple.
Almost.
Yeah, I mean, I would say there are multiple traditions of reviving it, but no living tradition of performing it.
Yes.
Um, so I would ask, what is the place of these historical artifacts in our modern times?
Very good question, I would say.
Thank you.
Well,
I like that you're rating my questions.
yes. um, well, it's something that is on the one side dead, but on the other hand, most people that live today, they don't know it at all.
Yeah.
So to most people listening to it, it is actually rather new.
Yes.
So I think this is one thing that, for me, is one reason to make it exist, because
Mhm.
of course there's infinite new things that could be invented also. They can also be there. But like this historical music also is somehow very fascinating to me and to a bunch of other people. So
Mhm.
we are enthusiastic.
Yeah, for
present
sure
it.
you're enthusiastic. That's
And,
that's an understatement.
Yeah. And what I find especially inspiring is that back then when it was created, the people had a completely different mindset and completely different view on the world. Like, for example, the gravity had not been yet invented.
Yeah, or
It's one of the
discovered. Yeah.
yes, like it's one
Yeah.
of my favorite stories because
Mhm.
we all, yeah, of course the stuff still already fell down, but this concept was not there. So
Yeah. And
I
this,
think
of course, affects how you
yeah,
write music.
yes,
Yeah.
of course,
Yeah.
a lot. And so
Uh-huh.
all of these things are still in the sources or in what we have, what remained, like instruments or written music from these times, and they
Mhm.
have, I don't know, they have traces of it in it, I guess, because people who built it have, you know, lived in this world.
Uh-huh.
And I think some of these can be just horizon widening and inspiring maybe for today. For
Mhm.
example, when it comes to time or gravity, I
Yes.
think we are actually already beyond the mechanical times. You know,
Uh-huh.
this very mechanical, I don't know, 19th century
Yes.
style of thinking is already quite old. But many
Yes.
people still have it in the brain.
Mhm.
And I think, I don't know, just to set a contrast, to have some music from earlier times can help maybe to get more flexible or open or just have different experiences
Uh-huh.
about it.
Did you ever have a moment of like playing like a piece of music that like really changed your perception of like how things work or can work in the world? Even like something simple, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like not very simple, but the music is mostly, it has some hierarchy, but
Uh-huh.
it's not the same way as like a modern conductor having the
Uh-huh.
overall power over the orchestra or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But it's rather that like the whole group is only as good as the weakest one in the group.
Hmm.
So I like this sense that it's actually really a teamwork doing
Yeah.
it, and it's really like the weakest one will have a big impact on the, like, yeah, on the level or on the experience.
Yeah.
So this is a nice, one of the nice inspirational points, I would say.
Mhm. Yeah, very different to like a symphonic orchestra that you can have like a terrible violinist sitting in like pult number 7 and no one hears hears him
Yeah,
playing the wrong notes.
yeah,
But here, like since every voice is like an individual voice
yeah,
for most of the time, right? Like
yeah.
there's
Like,
there's some music that is not necessarily like this, right? From the um like medieval and Renaissance.
there's music where not every voice, like every voice has a different role.
Uh huh.
This applies for different centuries
Uh
also,
huh.
but still, I think you can really, really destroy it if you have, if you don't know your role also.
Yes.
But also if you, I mean, yeah, it's not that one person who is very skilled can make a good result.
Yeah.
Of course, also a good conductor cannot make a very good result with a very bad orchestra or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
Of course not, but I feel that the individuals are more important,
hmm hmm
more
Interesting.
equally important.
Yeah, which is like, yeah, it is a contrast to like the like the living tradition of the symphonic orchestra, for example.
Yeah,
That it's like, yeah, like you said, like you have the conductor and his like the center, and the, the orchestra like basically serves his aesthetic vision.
yeah.
And here it's really like, yeah, like a teamwork. Um, like how can these skills that you have like with playing this music can contribute to like normal classical musicians, do you think?
How they would be beneficial for them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a lot about listening.
Uh-huh.
So on the Renaissance, we are much more dependent on listening because you experienced this morning.
Yes.
There's no score. You won't see what the others are
Yeah,
doing.
there are no bar
Basically,
lines.
no bar lines. Yes. So you have to listen. You have to listen both to the like pulsation,
Mm-hmm.
which is not necessarily very beating
Mm-hmm.
because the gravity was not yet there. So
Yes.
they surely didn't have this sense of
Yeah.
even if there's dance music, of course, and of course, yeah, there's pulsation in life, but it's not necessarily so strict.
Mm-hmm.
So the visual works very different, and the ears are more important. And
Mm-hmm.
also in relations, like I don't know if this is beneficial for a modern orchestra or modern musician, but the skill to have like it's probably also in some sort of modern music. It occurs that you work a lot with the overtones and with the physical stuff that is happening,
Yes.
and you don't try to suppress it.
Uh-huh.
Like you try to be able to perceive it firstly, because that's also a skill. I think not everyone can hear
Mm-hmm.
overtones.
Yes.
That's a skill which is nice because it just opens up a new world.
Yeah,
Also,
for sure.
even if you don't use it in the repertoire you're playing, I think it still will probably still enhance it in some way.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Overtone and the timbre, which is very close connected to it,
Mm-hmm.
which you then have maybe more options or ideas how to create or how to play music,
Mm-hmm.
maybe.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Um
And the art is quite beautiful, like just the way the music is written down.
Yeah, this is
It's
always
crafted
this is
really.
always interesting when I look at these scores, that it always feels um like the aesthetic of the music itself and the aesthetic of writing the music are not you can't separate
Yeah.
between them. And when you, for example, see like notation for like a classical symphony, it's like, yeah, it's like it all looks the same. Like
Yeah.
you can see the two different pieces that the scores look the same. They might sound completely different, but like there's no aesthetic connection between
Yeah.
the notation and the music.
Yeah.
And here today we looked at some scores with like birds right on the
Yeah. Yeah.
and with these like beautiful
Initials.
decorations,
Letters,
yeah, of the
yeah.
letters, and this really puts you in a specific mood, I think, when you come to perform this music. So in a way,
Yeah.
um in a way it's like another way for the it's not the composer because it was like notated but by someone else, but like for the person making the score to communicate elements of the music to the musicians.
Yes, a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel also like in a way it's like more playful and less serious.
Yes.
Not
Me
that
too.
it's not serious music, right? It's like it's of course it's like you can take it very seriously and you can
Yes.
work on it very seriously, of course. Um, but like it has like this like playful element that I really like.
A lot, especially the secular music.
Mhm.
Like there's even a lot of stupid jokes in the manuscript
Uh-huh,
sometimes.
uh-huh.
Like not on every page, but when you get there, then it's like, of course, great fun to discover that joke or the stupid little figure, which I don't know, has a cooking stuff on their head or
Like a chef's hat.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice. Mm,
Yes.
so to
What the question?
about historical music in
All
modern
right.
times.
Oh yes. Okay.
So to historical music in
In
modern
modern times?
times.
Okay.